Hello everyone and welcome to another OP09 video. And today we have a green-purple Doflamingo deck profile. Now Birdcage Dofi or Grape Dofi hasn't been a meta deck in a while, but it's always been a solid rogue deck that has a good matchup into at least one of the best decks in the format. It used to be good into red-purple law, now it's great into blue Dofi. It also has a solid matchup into Blackbeard and black-yellow Luffy. The good news is this deck is returning to the meta stage in OP10. It's getting a lot of new support, like the new cost 8 Dofi that can cheat out another character. So before OP10 arrives here on the west, let's see how the deck is doing in OP09. This is the list that I've been playing around for a bit. Okay, so we are playing a bit of everything in this deck. We play the standard Don Quixote family package. We are also playing a lot of 2-cost events. Noro Beam is definitely an underrated card in this deck. It's really powerful, it can rest any character. We are playing 3 Birdcage. This is the main card in the deck at the moment. This might not be the case in OP10, but for now this is still the soul of the deck. It's a really awesome card, and we only need to play 3 of these. You don't want to play 4, you only need 3. It's searchable, so you're always gonna find one. And we are playing the Big Mom and Sanji. These two are both really good in this deck. They can both extend your Birdcage. Sanji can rest a unit and gain rush, and Big Mom can cycle your hand and heal a life. So they are both really good. We are playing 2 Hody Jones. This isn't standard. Some people run 4, some people run 0. I'm pretty good on 2. Like, it's good in some matchups like Dofi, where they try to like not rest their characters to avoid Birdcage. So then you can just rest to gain a life, gain a card. I mean, not gain a life, but take a life into your hand because they're trying to starve you. And you also gain rush, so you can, play aggressive with it. So it's really good. And yeah, the rest is pretty standard. It's what this deck has always been playing. The Queens, the Dofis, the 2-cost events. Oh yeah, we also have the new Doflamingo that came out in OP09. He's really cool in this deck. He's searchable. He's a 5-cost 6k blocker, which is really cool in this deck. And he also avoids Birdcage because he can restand, so it's a really good card in this deck. A quick reminder before we get into the gameplay, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps me and motivates me to make more content. Also, clicking the like button promotes this video and really gets me out there to the people. So thank you guys for your support, and without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, so our first matchup is Black-Yellow Luffy. Black-Yellow Luffy has been on the rise in popularity again due to the recent regionals, I think it was, in America, where it came first place. The Cross AI guy, he's pretty big in the One Piece community. So yeah, a lot of people kind of wrote this deck off as a scam deck going into OP09, that it's not going to be good, but it's still really strong here in the West. I don't think it's been as really represented in the East until now, recently. Like, I think it topped in OPO10 recently at like a Japan regionals or a big event. But yeah, Black Yellow Luffy is still really good. Yeah, I forgot to comment my gameplay, sorry. But yeah, we use Sugar to rescue his blocker. We're playing against Black Yellow Luffy. We are gonna try to starve him out. We don't want to hit his life too soon. And we're just gonna want to lock down his unit under Birdcage. Like, Birdcage is really good into him. All of his 3 brothers characters, like also like Kuzan and some other cards, are under 5 cost, so they all get locked by Birdcage. For example, here we can, oh yeah, never mind. He can just pop it. He knew what his life was, I forgot, from the Ivankov. Is he gonna pop my carrot? I mean sugar, he should. But yeah. We got our Birdcage set up. We're gonna play down next turn probably. And yeah, our Sanji is gonna be really valuable here. Also, our big mom can kind of disrupt his leader ability. Like we can put a card on the top of his deck, so he's gonna have to like get rid of it and use cards from hand, which he might not have in late game. Like if he uses up all his Hioris, his Ivankovs, his whatever, like he might not be able to use his leader ability. So I think we really should win this matchup in theory. Of course, a good black yellow Luffy player is really hard to play into at all times. So you can never underestimate this deck. It's still really good for a reason. In good hands, this deck is really powerful. But yeah, great 3-2 jedan. But yeah, our Doflamingo leader is still pretty strong. I would say it's still in a solid spot, like a rogue deck at the moment. We have like some decent matchups in the meta, so this deck is still very playable if you like it. I really like it because of the anime, like it portrays the Dressrosa arc really well. I really like playing the Birdcage and all the Doflamingo family characters. We don't mind taking life here. We are gonna eventually heal with Big Mom, so I can drop down to 2 life easily. We don't really have any 2Ks either, so we kinda just have to take it for now. We don't wanna give too much information from our hand. Like if we throw 3 cards out of our hand to counter a 7K attack, he's gonna know that we don't have any 2Ks, so that would be pretty bad for us. So we're just gonna like play it cool, play it safe. We're gonna take some life early and heal with Big Mom. Okay, he's drawing into his Sabos now. So his Kuzan is locked under Birdcage, but his Luffy can still activate his effect. So we are gonna want to get rid of him next turn. He didn't pop our sugar yet, so I think he's really underestimating it. Okay, never mind. He attacked into it. But yeah, I think we're gonna want to get rid of the Luffy first and then play something out. Maybe the Doflamingo, maybe the Queen. I'm not sure what would be better here. I guess Queen would be better. And maybe swing 8 into Luffy. Yeah, we don't really need to go to 10 down yet. We can just play it easy. 10 cost Luffy is also really good in this deck, I feel like. But we can take it easy for now. Oh, he actually counters out. I think that's pretty cool for us. We don't mind. He can't pop a 5 cost character anyways. We're just gonna play our Dofi out for aggression next turn. We're gonna attack into that Luffy again. Usually you can deal with Moria with Sugar or with 10 cost of Flamingo. Birdcage can pop all of his other characters and then we can like freeze the Moria, freeze the leader, and then attack into them next turn. Or like attack into his life by then. He's playing the 4 cost Shirahoshi, an interesting tech card. It's pretty interesting since I did freeze his Kuzan, so he can use that instead. But it doesn't look like he has anything to pop my character with, so. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I forgot about the Luffy. Makes sense. Alright, I didn't expect that, but it is what it is. I should counter out here. I don't want to go down more than 2 life. Because it is getting pretty dangerous with Black Hill Luffy. Like, if he gets 2 Morias on boards and then also swings with leader like 11k, it would be pretty hard for me to defend. Okay, so here I can play down Sugar to rest the Shirahoshi or Sanji. Oh, I didn't have to attack into it because of Birdcage, my bad. But I don't want to attack into his life yet either, so yeah, maybe that was a mistake. I kind of forgot, my bad, but now he can bring it back with Gecko Moria, but yeah, I just wanted to set up Sugar for if he plays down another Moria, I want to be able to rest it. But yeah, I shouldn't have given him extra fodder with Gecko. Alright, he's finally gonna make a move and he's swinging into life. We drew a good card. Off white, we can replace it in hand and defend ourselves for 4k. Yeah, we haven't really seen any events up until now, but usually you can just use them freely. Like they're really good at controlling the tempo of the game. Like you're staying healthy because you're a 4 life leader, and they also do proactive stuff as well. Like Spiderweb can unrest your sugar or your blocker to gain extra value. Off white, as you can see, draws us a card. Okay, so we have a few options here. You can play down 10 cost Delphi and rest his characters, but then I'm kind of worried of him, finally using his leader ability and getting something to get his life into his hand. But he's actually pretty vulnerable here. He doesn't have any blockers up, and he used a bunch of counter last turn. So his hand is not very good at the moment. So I'm gonna swing here and threaten with Sugar. Because I can attach 9 into Sugar and swing for a game if he doesn't have any counter. So he kind of has to counter out here, and it's pretty bad for him. And then I can finally use my Big Mom to heal and to put Kuzan on his life, which is not gonna enable him to go get his leader ability next turn. We can discard one Dofi, we don't mind. And yeah, we're gonna put Kuzan on his life. I think I actually want to top life. So even if he like plays on Hori or something, he draws into Kuzan. So I'm not really scared of Kuzan at the moment. So yeah, we're in a really good spot. He can't really use his leader ability. And we still have Tenko Zofi in our hand. We are kind of running out of firepower as well. We're running out of cards in hand. So I would like to close out the game. So he can't really bring Sabos from his trash either. So if he doesn't have some blockers here, he's kind of screwed. He doesn't really have any counter left. Last turn, he used two 1Ks to defend himself, so that means that he doesn't have any 2Ks in hand, probably. Or he's saving it to like pick up his life. That's also possible, but since he used a bunch of counter, I'm just guessing that he doesn't really have it in his hand. Okay, he brings Ivankov back, so we can rest it. He has no blockers for next turn. We could have rested Moria here and then played Tenka's Dofi to freeze two Morias and Luffy, but I think this is kind of the better play, playing it aggressively and just, threaten to go for life and just not let him use the leader ability at all. We can't draw the event with off-white, so we're just gonna grab the 2k. Okay, so he's a 7k leader with no blockers and 1 life and 3 cards in hand. He did draw 2 cards last turn, so he might have some 2ks. We can probably swing 11 and 13, 2 on Big Mom and then 8 on leader. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think he can counter out here. Yeah, that's game. So yeah, as you can see, this matchup is pretty good. We can make him just not be able to use leader ability. And yeah, as I said before, he didn't have any 2Ks left in his hands, so that's a good game, man. Okay, so as you guys could see, this deck is still pretty solid. Right now it's a rogue deck, but in OPO10 we get a bunch of new support. Some lists do not run Birdcage, but I think that if Black Yellow Luffy, as we could see today, is gonna be more popular, then I think Birdcage and this core of the deck is not gonna change much. But we do get some new support, like the 8 cost Dofi and the 5 cost Rosinante and whatever came out for the new Sugar Leader. So I think this great deck is gonna get upgraded a lot. Most people predicted this deck to be like a tier 2.5 or tier 3 or tier 2. I think it's gonna be a solid deck. I think it has some really good matchups in the top meta, and yeah, I think it's gonna be meta relevant. Not defining, like you're still gonna be a rogue deck. No one is really gonna like side deck into you or deck op into you. So, but it's a pretty fun deck, and we have a solid spot in the future metas. So yeah, I'm really excited to play this leader both in this set and the next. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.